US shadow on Gulf crisis? India needs to tread with care. What exactly is the role of US in Arab crisis? Why Iran has come into picture with this Arab crisis? While the rift is deepening in the Arab world, how should India manage its trade? What will be its impact on Indian oil market? GS Paper 2, Effect of Policies and Politics of Developed and Developing Countries on India's Interests, Indian Diaspora. What is the context about? Qatar stands isolated as the four Arab allies, Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, Egypt and the United Arab Emirates, of the US have declared to snap diplomatic ties. The four countries had moved to cut diplomatic ties and block air, road and maritime connections with Qatar, after accusing it of financing, adopting and sheltering terrorists. Qatar has been blamed for its support to Islamist groups and its closeness to Iran. The Gulf is staring at an impending economic crisis, with the four countries deciding to go for a complete land and sea blockade of Qatar. Why Iran has come into picture with this Arab crisis? Saudi Arabia has been accusing Qatar of supporting Iranian-backed terrorist groups, operating in the kingdom's eastern province as well as Bahrain. The Shia-led Iran is Sunni-led Saudi Arabia's main rival. The two major oil exporters are on opposite sides of conflicts from Syria to Iraq. What exactly is the role of US in Arab crisis? Trump sided with Saudi Arabia in the crisis, and said that the actions against Qatar could end terrorism. Emboldened by closer US ties under Trump, the Saudis and the UAE are seeking to crush any opposition that could weaken the united front against Iranian influence in the Middle East. While the rift is deepening in the Arab world, how should India manage its trade? India can't afford to take sides. Prime Minister had visited Saudi Arabia and UAE in 2016 and 2015, respectively, to bolster ties with the oil-rich countries. India's ties with Qatar are mainly based on energy and economic links, besides the presence of about 500,000 Indian people living there. It's time for India to trade with care amid the Gulf standoff. What will be its impact on Indian oil market? Qatar's main stock index fell more than 7%. India's Petronet LNG said it did not expect any impact on gas supplies. Petronet LNG is India's biggest gas importer. It buys 8.5 million tons a year of LNG from Qatar under a long-term contract.